will say on elections this time in the U.S. as history has been made in U.S. politics as Americans have once again elected Donald Trump as president in the recently concluded general elections after a fierce contest with his main opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, who replaced Joe Biden as a Democratic candidate in July 2024. Donald Trump is set to become America's 47th president upon his inauguration in January 2025. ChannelOne News' Frema Adunyame monitored the United States elections and filed this report from Virginia and Washington, D.C.
On the 5th of November 2024, the United States of America went to the polls to elect its 47th president. Now, in all, 538 members of the Electoral College had the task to elect the next president of the USA. With 34 felony counts on his head, surviving 2 assassination attempts and a fierce contest, America has once again given the nod to Republican former President Donald Trump. Now, winning 292 of the electoral votes and securing a majority of total votes cast, Donald Trump, the 45th president of the United States of America, becomes the 47th president with 51%. So for those who voted for him and those who did not, what are their expectations of the second coming of Donald Trump as president? You care to share who you voted for?
I voted for Kamala Harris.
And your reasons are?
Really just her viewpoints and her standpoints on everything when it comes to financials for the kids, all the colleges and everything like that. It's just really just people who are in need of help with money. Like she's really just speaking and saying
You must be disappointed then.
I was a little disappointed, but at the end of the day, you got to keep going to work. You got to keep doing what you have to do. You wake up every day, you still have to continue doing what you're doing. Slight disappointment, but you got to keep going.
You've experienced Trump as a president before. This is his second coming. What are your expectations?
Pretty much just everything they're saying. He's talking about lowering tax prices, groceries are going to go lower. So really it's just hoping that he's keeping his promises and keeping his hands up what he's promising to America.
Thank you very much.
Sure, thank you.
Okay.
Vote for Trump.
Wow. Why Trump?
Because I don't trust the other side.
Okay, so with all the policies that he put out, which one of them really caught your attention? For that reason, you decided to vote for him?
Well, I know Trump is fighting against sex traffickers, pedophiles, and I know that he's, under Trump, the economy tends to be a lot better. And the other side, I know from my experience, they're going to get our votes, but not do anything for us. So that's particularly why I voted that way, because I don't trust I feel like Kamala's a puppet. She's being used by powers greater than her.
Okay.
So I don't, in the last 4 years, I believe America, the whole country was going downhill. And I don't feel like that. I thought it would have got worse if she would have had it 4 years again. So that's my belief.
Thank you very much for your time.
Hi, hello. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Good, good.
You voted yesterday?
I did.
Okay. You care to share who you voted for?
I choose not to.
No problem. But this is going to be the second coming of Trump. What are your expectations?
My expectations is that he's going to rebuild financial stability in the people and also stop wars throughout the countries that we're going through. You notice how after he left, there was wars. Started seeing more wars. Before, there was no wars when he was president, so that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Are you happy he's here?
I'm happy that God is there.
Well, I've always said that there is sort of a tsunami of ignorance in America. People don't know the facts. And as Donald Trump is sort of a demagogue also, he blows up facts that are not necessarily true. He pushes back against his contender. He calls them dumb, low IQ, and whatever. And this country is in trouble. Half of the people think that this country is like a carnage, that it's going very bad. There are problems in America, but the communication of Donald Trump is so effective. As you compare it to that of Kamala Harris and the Democrats, that often don't want to see the real problem and say, we are hopeful, we know that everything is going to be all right. People don't feel that always in their lives. And the big thing is, Donald Trump was lucky to have a situation that he was not in the White House the last 4 years. Biden was during a very difficult period. There were wars going on in Israel, Gaza. There was contention about that. There was a war in Ukraine, and there was inflation, and there were expensive gas prices. People were very angry, and they said, "We're fed up." That's what they did in the election. Say, "We're fed up."
Millions of Americans are looking for opportunities to live their dreams. They wait to see what the second coming of Trump has to offer after his inauguration on 20th January 2025. For Channel One News, Frema Adunyame, the White House, Washington, D.C., USA.